What's going on, guys? Day number 2 for your performance boot camp. Take these exercises nice and slowly. You listen to my cues. I'm going to go fast, but make sure you are paying good attention and writing these things down as needed. For day 2, we're working on upper body stability. A lot of what athletes and just regular everyday people lack through upper body stability are your rotator cuffs. Your rotator cuffs are your posture muscles. So we're wanting to make sure the back side is working as much as the front side, because in most sports, whether it's baseball, whether it's throwing, whatever it is, you're doing a lot of overhead stuff and you're doing a lot of movement in front of you. Most people aren't moving or training the posterior muscles nearly as much. So this is going to be one of our big focuses. Exercise number 1 are Y pulses. You're going to be hinged at the hip, turn sideways just a little bit, raising your thumbs all the way up, elbows are straight, coming down minimal for this first one. All 3 of these exercises we are going to do, we're going to go 2 rounds through at 45 seconds each. Notice she's shrug for me, shrug up. We don't want those shoulders near your ears. Sink your shoulder blades down your back. I'm going to say engage your upper back muscles, sink your shoulder blades down your back over and over through each one of these classes. Good. Number 2 are box shoulders. Elbows in line with your shoulders, rotating backwards. Good. Now turn all the way around for me real quick. These muscles, again, are posterior muscles. They all connect from the shoulder blade, and this one starts from the front side of her shoulder. So it lengthens as she goes forward, it shortens and contracts as she pulls backwards. We don't want to shrug up, we don't want your elbows dropping. We're all just rotating through this humerus bone right here. Exercise number 3 are lat pull downs. This one we're going to be in a bent over position as well, reaching forward, pulling elbows downwards, engaging your lats, your upper back muscles. You're going to reach forward while keeping your shoulder blades down. I'm watching you. And pull back. Pause there for a second. Most people, their knuckles are going to drop. They're going to get lazy and just drop there. But the same muscles that work to externally rotate your shoulders and the box shoulders are going to constantly be engaged during lat pull down. 2 rounds through, 45 seconds each of Y raises, box shoulders, and lat pull down. Set number 2 are V pulses. Hinge at the hip for this one. Palms forward, opening up your chest as those hands come backwards. Little range of motion, working the outside of your shoulders. Now go all the way back and round. Here's what we don't want. We don't want those shoulders to round forward. If you're rounding forward, well, you're just training for bad posture, and that's not what we want. We want you to have great posture, and those posture muscles are working. Number 2, box squeeze. Knuckles right over top of your elbows. You're coming forward and then squeezing back behind you. So this one, you might notice the front side of your shoulder working a little bit just to keep that humerus bone parallel to the floor, but the movement comes through the back side of your shoulders and your shoulder blades. And then number 3, prone position, which is face down. Very similar to those lat pull downs, but these are called prone angels. Palms are facing down, not touching the ground, pulling elbows down and extend your elbows by your side. Your palms and forearms try their best to stay parallel to the ground. So you have V pulses, box squeezes, and prone angels. You can stay down. Set number 3. We have a plank hold first. On your elbows, let's do on your elbows. Forearms parallel. Engage your upper back, straight spine from her heel to her hip to her head. Now round through your upper back. We don't want your upper back supporting you, but we don't want to dip all the way. We don't want to dip all the way either. So we're engaging those muscles, trying to keep it straight. Anteriorly tilt your hips. So that low back dipping is because your hips are anteriorly tilted. Tuck your hips under, engage your glutes, pull that belly button to your spine. That's number 1 is a plank. Number 2 is a side plank. One elbow down or wrist. You can do either or. And either both legs straight, your hips are up off the ground, and we're just holding it there. Same thing for the plank. This is a side plank. We're just holding it. We'll do one side. We'll do the other right afterwards. Now show them the modification with the bottom knee down. I want you to do these well. If you have bad form or no control, drop that bottom knee so that you have a little bit more strength during this exercise for the side plank. And then number 3, kneeling position. We'll stand upright, arm circles. Arm circles seem like a small, easy warm up. I want to make sure these small stabilizer muscles on the outside of your shoulders are strong. Her wrists are extended, elbows are straight, and she's not shrugging up. Ears are poised into your shoulders. Get them a away from them. Set number 3, plank position, side plank on one side, then the other, and then arm circles. 2 rounds through at 45 seconds each. Set number 4, we have push-ups. Push-ups, good plank position, toes or knees. I want a good quality push-up, bending your elbows so the elbows come in line with your rib cage. Don't do this as I tell you to. Don't let your head reach downwards. No bueno. Don't let your elbows stay in line with your shoulders. We're overworking your shoulders. And then last, don't let your hips over dip. Don't let your hips go down too much. We want you to keep a great plank position the entire time. Lat pullover, you'll want a small weight on this one onto your back. Elbows are straight, reaching that dumbbell towards the ground. You can have a dumbbell, you can have a dog, you can have a water bottle, something that has a little bit of weight. The idea is we stretch your lats as you go overhead, we contract those muscles as they come back over top of you. Again, without rounding. And then chest fly is your last one, opening up 2 dumbbells in hands. And the good thing about this one, she's doing it without any weights, and we'll talk about this in just a second. You can still engage those muscles. Your wrists stay over top of your elbows at the bottom. Go all the way out. If you're right here all the way out, your shoulders are overworking. We want to keep a good bend in the elbow at the bottom, straighten out over the top, engage your pecs at the top, keeping your wrist over top of your chest. So 4 sets through, 2 rounds through each, 45 seconds. Notice she had no dumbbells during any of these. If you're doing these at home and you choose to use dumbbells, totally fine, 5 pounds or less. No higher than 5 pounds until that last set. Okay, let us know if you have any questions. Here is day 2 of your performance bootcamp.